Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. I'd like to welcome you tonight. I am Andy Egmont. I'm the Director of Newburyport Rec and Youth Services, and this is our 16th annual Newburyport Asset Builders Award, and we have a wonderful night ahead of us. If you haven't been to this event before, it's a really simple affair, and I just love it because we're really just celebrating who people are and the impact that they have on those around them by just being themselves. And I don't think that we have enough opportunities to do that and just celebrate people for being awesome. So, and if you're friends with them, you're probably awesome too. So glad that you're all here. These are called the Youth Asset Builder Awards. And like I said, we've been doing it for 16 years, but not everyone knows what an asset builder is. So I'm just going to take a moment, bear with me. Newburyport Youth Services, I still call us NY. I'm going to call us NYS forever. So we recently added the recreation, for those of you that don't know. We have used the positive youth development model as a department. Positive youth development is an approach, it's a philosophy in which a community really looks at young people as a resource to tap into and not a problem to be fixed. It's really at the core of all the work that we do, and there are several pillars to positive youth development, and you know, everything from making sure that youth voice is heard to pulling together a network of community sectors that really work together and all bring their strengths to help support young people as they develop. So as part of that, we look at what our community does that fosters assets, which are really protective factors. There's a whole science behind it, which says that the more assets a young person has, the less high-risk behaviors they get involved in. It's that basic. If I were to ask you to yell out what you thought young people needed to be healthy, you would name probably 25 of the 40 assets. Some of them get a little weird, or a little specific, I should say. But it's all really common sense things, and part of why I have always really embraced it is because everything that we do for young people is prevention. Everything that we do is building up these protective factors, whether it's our recreation programs and what we're offering, it's the teens that we hire in the summer, it's a group of adults that meet during the day and have a conversation about things that we could be doing to better, you know, the city for young people. So it's so much of what we do. So asset builders are those people. They build assets just by being who they are, by the impact that they have on the people around them, whether it's directly, you know, one person whose life they changed, or if they have kind of contributed to the fabric of the community that has supported our young people. Tonight, what we do is we really just learn a little bit about a handful of people, celebrate them, have a moment to applaud who they are and the impact that they have had, and then we eat a bunch of yummy desserts. It's a great night. It's a fun one. Before we get started, I do just want to say thank you to my staff for all the work that they do putting this together, especially Renee and Stacy. Thank you both for all the work. And Trish, she's not here. She did a lot of work and then she left. But we appreciate her. And also our youth council members. Can I have our youth council just stand up? Thank you. So, thank you, friends. Thank you. Our youth council is open to middle and high school. It is a leadership development group. They do things throughout the community for their peers. They just finished a project called Little Boxes of Joy. Am I getting that? Happiness. Little Boxes of Happiness, which are little kits that are being put out at the school nurse's office and other places where young people might go if they are having moments of anxiety or stress, with little fidgets and words of affirmation and things in them. So that was a really fun project that they just did, and I want to thank them. And they show up at all of our events, and they've just been wonderful, wonderful volunteers and advocates and representative of our department. So thank you to all of you. We one of the things that we've been fortunate to be able to do for 16 years is have our state legislators be a part of congratulating and recognizing folks. So tonight we have Kristen McDonald here as a representative from Senator Bruce Tarr's office. So I'm going to invite her up for a moment. So this evening, each of the award winners gets an award, but they also receive a citation, and we're not going to read it 8 times. So we're going to read it once for you, and then everyone will receive it throughout the evening. Here you go.
All right. Let's see who the lucky recipient is.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Skip over the name.
Okay. I think a couple of years ago when I was here, I was almost in tears before I had to present something because I was so emotional with just seeing the impact the community can have with, youth together and just, I live in Newbury, so I'm across the line. I looked at the list of who we were giving citations to, and I said, I only know one woman on the list, so it's neat to see all the other people that are deserving of, for me, community is everything. And I was put in a position to be a staffer for Senator Tarr, who's wishing he could be here, but I'm one of his staffers who supports this area, and for me, it's my heart, so I'm happy to be here on his behalf. I wish he could be here to also, acknowledge the recipients, but came running in hot from a lacrosse field, and I'm happy to celebrate. So I will read to you what our citation does read, and it will be given to each of the recipients tonight. And this is an official Senate citation reading that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts presents this official citation. And be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to, we will skip the name, in recognition of your dedication and commitment to supporting youth in Newburyport, acknowledged by receiving the 2025 Asset Builder Award. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to and copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. It's signed by the President of the Senate, Karen Spilka, attested to by Michael Hurley, the Clerk, and offered up by Bruce Tarr, who again would have been here but isn't, and dated today, April 17th, 2025. So congratulations to all the recipients. Yeah. You're welcome. That's yours.
So if you're wondering how we come about choosing our winners, we put out a call for nominations, and we receive a whole bunch. And it's amazing how many times we get nominations for people who've already won the award in past years. But we have the very difficult, honor of going through the nominations and choosing folks to receive this year's. And so what we do is we ask the people who wrote the nominations if they'd like to read the nominations. And so I think this year most of our presenters are actually the people who wrote them. They'll tell you if they're not. So we're going to kick it off, and our first award. Before
you go any further, I had something you're going to add. We have a really special guest in the audience tonight, Mary Ann Clancy, and she would like to come up and say a few words to commemorate a milestone for our department. So please welcome Mary Ann. Mary Ann is a former Newburyport mayor, and she is now the Senior Vice President of Communications for the Institution of Savings.
I know you are. I know she's looking at me saying, what the heck is she doing here? She was my first boss. She's not my current boss. Why is she here? Well, I'll tell you why I'm here. First of all, it's been 20 years since we founded the department, with Andy taking over as our very first youth services director. But I think more importantly, when a lot of us looked at the list of people getting awards tonight, which is so esteemed, I know most of you, and I'm so deserving of these awards tonight, there was a missing name. And I think the staff knew it, and some of us knew it, and so we added a name and a nomination for tonight. We had a secret meeting, and we had a secret vote, and I want to read that nomination if I could. I'm going to skip the date and all that stuff. I'd like to nominate Andrea Egmont, better known as Andy, for a 2025 Asset Builder Award. I can think of no one who embodies the spirit of this award more than Andy, someone who from day one as Director of Youth and now Recreation Services for our city has actively supported and advocated for youth in Newburyport far beyond and better than anyone can imagine. I've often said that Andy is the best hire that I ever made when I was mayor, 2004, 2005. In the years leading up to Andy's hire in January of 2005, the city had experienced several youth-related hardships and incidences related to alcohol, mental awareness, and substance abuse, including a suicide that took place on the steps of the high school and a drunk driving accident with one of our students at the high school. This prompted me, as mayor, to establish the first Mayor's Task Force on Substance Abuse and to propose the formation of a Department of Youth Services that would focus on creating quality programs, events, and services for Newburyport's youth that would make them feel safe, protected, engaged, and valued. We were so fortunate that one of the people that applied for the job as the Director of Youth Services was Andy. So we hired Andy to build the department from the bottom up as an employee of one for this department, and boy, did she ever. As a daily news article on December 29th, 2005 stated, and I have a copy of it right here, which I'm going to give you. This is for 2005, so let's remember that when we talk about the rec center. This may well be remembered as the year when youth came to the forefront of the city's priorities. By all accounts, Egmont has been a success engaging the city's young while earning the respect of city officials. And this was less than a year after that she was on the job. Andy's initiatives and successes are too numerous to list. She ran the task force and transitioned it to the successful Beacon Coalition, which many of us know about, a community-wide partnership that works collaboratively to reduce high-risk behaviors by Newburyport's young people. She continued the work of the successful and ongoing Youth Commission. As you can see, many of the results of it are in this room tonight. She's applied for so many grants to support the city's initiatives, built strong and beneficial relationships with schools, nonprofits, and others, and has grown the department from a staff of 1 to a staff of 10, which she manages. And let's not forget her unwavering, tireless advocacy for a new youth and rec center, which we hopefully will have in a few weeks' time. While offers to take larger and more lucrative positions have no doubt come her way, Andy is loyal and committed to the youth and families of Newburyport, and that comes across in everything that she does. So thank you for the committee for considering this nomination, and it's no surprise to you that the committee unanimously decided to award tonight's first award of an asset builder to Andy Egmont.
Thank you, everybody. Please sit down, please. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Mary Ann, they want a picture.
Presenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Get in there, Jack. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's very, very kind. I was like, it's funny because Mary Ann knows everybody, and I'm thinking, which one is she here for tonight? I'm looking around, I'm like, it could be any of our awardees. All right, pull myself together. That was very, very sweet, and greatly appreciated. And now I'm really gonna cry, but I love my job. I've told everyone that for 20 years. I think I have the best job in the city, and despite the ups and downs, and some of the downs have been pretty rough, I'm incredibly lucky, so thank you. And thank you to my staff. I love all of you so, so much. All right. All right, now on to the real ones. Our first award tonight is going to Kendall Bowie. And you're gonna get to learn about all of these people, so I don't do a lot of introduction. Tara Luciano is part of our team and runs the Learning Enrichment Center, which is, for those of you who don't know, is a cultural academic enrichment program that runs in one of our public housing developments. And so Tara wrote this nomination, and she's going to come share it with all of you.
Hi everyone. This is one of my favorite events of the entire year, and I think every single person on our staff would say the same. I was incredibly honored to nominate Kendall Bowie for an Asset Award in recognition of her unwavering dedication to youth and her remarkable efforts to combat food insecurity in Newburyport. Kendall is a local business owner, has also been the driving force behind the expansion of school-based food pantries in our communities. Through her time volunteering at the Newbury Food Pantry, she has established and sustained pantries in 9 schools across 4 communities, ensuring that more than 250 young people per week have access to nutritious food during the school year. She dedicates her own time to do this, spending her 2 days off each week maintaining, ordering, and stocking these pantries, demonstrating an extraordinary commitment to the well-being of our young people. I went through all of the core values that are considered when nominating someone, and Kendall has every single one of them. She provides support by working closely with school principals, nursing staff, and community members to ensure that the needs of the young people are being met. Her dedication fosters empowerment, giving young people the resources they need to focus on their education without the barrier of hunger. Kendall's efforts in addressing food insecurity help build positive identity among young people, helping them feel valued and cared for in their school communities. Her commitment to learning is evident in her work with the new snack pantry at the Newburyport Rec and Youth Services Learning Enrichment Center. This program provides academic and social emotional support to the K-12 students in Newburyport's public housing, and Kendall ensures that the snacks available are both nutritious and aligned with their preferences. By fulfilling their special requests and catering to their needs, she creates a real sense of belonging and security for those young people. She upholds positive values through her integrity and compassion, making a difference in the lives of countless young people across our region. She demonstrates constructive use of time, dedicating her personal time to these initiatives that improve the well-being of our youth. And furthermore, she establishes boundaries and expectations, setting an example of what responsible and proactive citizenship looks like. Her work reflects social competencies. Oh no, I'm gonna get emotional now. Her work reflects social competencies as she collaborates with diverse stakeholders to ensure sustainable and effective food programming. Her tireless efforts have had a profound impact on our community's youth, providing not only nourishment, but a sense of security and dignity for them. Her commitment to service is inspiring, and I wholeheartedly recommend her for this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next up, we actually have one of last year's recipients who wasn't able to make it, so we made sure that we created a slot this year. The next award is going to Lori Naughton. Ellen Metzger, can I ask you to come up? While they come up, I have to personally say that this, Lori has been a huge support as one of the founders of the Friends of NYS, and was involved for many, many years, and I just personally appreciate everything that you've done to support the department. Come on over here.
We're going with the team. We're going with the team approach.
Okay.
Okay, so the 2024 Senior Celebration Committee nominated Lori Naughton for the 2024 Asset Builders Award. Lori has volunteered with the graduating class overnight senior celebration since 2016. And for 9 years, she spearheaded the planning and fundraising involved in an all-night, substance-free celebration, this is a big sentence, that allows graduates to enjoy a safe, fun-filled gathering on graduation night. This event has been organized by the parents of the graduating class, along with Newburyport Youth Services and Friends of Newburyport Youth Services since 1989. This event is free to all graduating seniors, so the costs are raised by the parent committee.
Lori is the person who made this evening possible for our graduates. She no longer had students in the school system, but she continued to donate her time, her talent, and energy. Specifically, Lori organizes the two main parent fundraisers, bingo and trivia nights, coordinates a mailing campaign, and solicits donations from the greater Newburyport community. And she even stores all the supplies in her house from year to year. Of course, there's a committee of parents helping Lori each year, but Lori is the brains behind the operation, as she has consistently led the committee for 9 years.
We respectfully submitted by the 2024 Senior Celebration Committee, Carrie Berry, Carla Coles, Lisa Dowell, Amy Halliday, Kim Clapes, Tammy Lugden, Ellen Metzger, Christine Park, and Liz Portala.
Come on up. I'm good. Towards the center. You get in there with her. Congratulations. Thank you. He's like,
Mine has fallen out so many times.
thank you. Congrats. You gotta get in there. No, we're good. We'll share it. Oh my goodness. I have to mention that Senior Celebration Trivia Night is on May 2nd this year. We are looking for new teams to sign up. So if you're a trivia fan, there's lots of prizes. It's a good time. You can check with the Port Youth table on your way out. Next up, we have Deb Szabo, beloved teacher at the high school. Nadia Toth, if you want to come up, Nadia wrote this nomination. It's an absolutely lovely, lovely letter.
I'm here to disagree. I am so proud to speak for Deborah Szabo in recognition of her outstanding contributions to student growth, creativity, and empowerment through her teaching and leadership at Newburyport High School. Szabo, as she's known to her students, not only fosters a love for creative writing, but also creates an environment where students are encouraged to explore, express, and take risks in their creative journeys. I first met Szabo in my freshman year through her Poetry Soup program, which she organizes and facilitates every month. Poetry Soup is an open mic event for students to share their poetry and prose with a special guest poet invited each month. I initially attended as a shy freshman just to listen, but Szabo's energy and enthusiasm were contagious. She made the event feel welcoming and safe, empowering every student to participate no matter their experience level. It was her support and encouragement that motivated me to return each month and eventually take creative writing at night during my sophomore year. By my junior year, I signed up again, captivated by her teaching style and unwavering positivity. In class, Szabo teaches in such a way that builds confidence, fosters community, and enables us to find our voices. Her feedback is always constructive, but it's her ability to make every student feel like their voice matters that makes her stand out. Szabo creates a classroom where every student's work is valued and celebrated, which inspires us to keep writing. Each year, on the first day of creative writing at night, Szabo plays the recording of Shake the Dust by Anise Moganji? What? That. It's a poem that beautifully aligns with her teaching style and philosophy of embracing every part of ourselves. In his call to shake the dust is a reminder to shake off the weight of doubt, fear, and societal expectations, to embrace our stories and let them flow freely. In the poem, he writes, "Shake the dust, and take me with you when you do, for none of this has ever been for me. All that pushes and pulls and pushes and pulls and pushes and pulls, it pushes for you." Like the poet, Szabo urges us to live in the world and engage with it deeply. She doesn't teach because it's her job. She teaches because it's what she finds joy in. She's even theoretically retired. Everything she does in the classroom, from her encouragement to the time she spends crafting lessons, is done with a deep passion for seeing her students succeed. She thrives on watching us take risks to find our voices and grow into our full potential. In that sense, her success is measured by the progress and fulfillment we achieve as individuals. We're taught that our words are part of a greater conversation, one that can inspire change and spark connection. She reminds us that our stories are worth telling, even if they feel small or insignificant. My life has truly been changed by Zabo, and despite how creative she has encouraged me to be throughout our time knowing each other, I cannot imagine where I would be if I didn't know her. I know this is true for every other student she has mentored, every community she reaches, and every person who has the privilege of experiencing her sense of inclusivity, vitality, and passion for everything she does. She makes sure every person feels valued and heard. Her energy is contagious, and her vibrant spirit has a way of making the world feel a little more open and a little more connected. Zabo has shaped not just the way I approach writing, but the way I approach life, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm proud to say I've been one of her students, and I can confidently say that the ripple effect of her mentorship is felt far beyond the walls of her classroom. Thank you for recognizing the incredible enigma that is Deborah Zabo, and remember to shake the dust.
Well, now I'm never going to retire, and it's not his fault.
Thank you. Congrats. I want to introduce our Vanna White for the evening. This is Jack Ames. It's a very dated reference. I realized the other day, like, when a lot of us in this room, when we stayed home sick, we all watched the same 4 shows before the soap operas came on. Like, kids don't have that experience at all anymore because they all just watch streaming. It's so weird. Anyways, moving on. Thanks, Jack, for being up here. All right. The next award is for a young person, and we're always really excited when young people get nominated as youth asset builders because we know that they are. And tonight we have 2 young people who are getting awards. I'm going to invite up Maggie Flaherty and Lindsay Longo, and they are presenting an award tonight to Amari Murphy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maggie Flaherty. Lindsay Longo couldn't be here. She's having a baby, so it's very exciting. She really wanted to be here, but... So Amari is a 6th grader at the Knock. He greets everyone with his trademark smile as he goes throughout his day. He exudes positivity and enjoys making those around him laugh. His strong interpersonal skills make him a favorite of classmates and faculty. Amari is a loyal friend. He stands up for others while also encouraging others to do the right thing in a given situation. He always wants what's best for his peers, oftentimes putting their needs before his own. He is a straightforward and honest communicator who is able to self-reflect on his own decisions and shift his actions accordingly. Above all, Amari demonstrates positive values such as integrity, resilience, and joyful persistence in the face of adversity. When faced with challenging circumstances, Amari remarkably maintains a positive attitude and demonstrates inner strength to persevere in his schoolwork, social relationships, and in community activities. He works hard in school and sets goals for his future, often exploring what it would be like to be in the medical field. When faced with acts of racism in school and in the community, Amari rightfully expresses his sadness and outrage while at the same time compassionately educating others when possible. Throughout it all, he remains true to who he is as a person, kind, loving, funny, and brave. It is not hyperbole to say that Amari's optimism is contagious and inspirational. We are so fortunate to have Amari as a model of positive values in our school and community.
Renee's gonna. All true. Wait, now Renee wants one for the official. The official.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congrats. There are certain young people that we know, and we can't wait till they can work for us. And Amari's on the short list there. We can't wait. All right. So that one got me. Whew. All right. Next up, our next award is for the director of the Merrimack Valley Skating Club and an instructor, Alice Sedgwick. She was nominated by Heather Brunell and Kate Devlin. I'm not sure who's reading, but please come and join. Oh, a whole group, yay. Hi.
I think you got my name perfectly
Good.
right. Thank you.
You're gonna move that out of the way, I think, Jeff. I'm gonna move it back.
We're the families and skaters representing the Merrimack Valley Skating Club who are thrilled to nominate Alice Sedgwick for this Asset Builder Award. Alice joined the Merrimack Valley Skating Club in 2005 as a coach and then took on a leadership position as a co-director in 2019 and formally as the full director in 2020 to present. The Merrimack Valley Skating Club is a nonprofit organization that you may have seen. We're at the Graf Memorial Rink in Newburyport. The club is dedicated to promoting skating for all kinds of future hockey players and figure skaters, and over 400 skaters from preschoolers to adults participate in the Merrimack Valley Learn to Skate classes. The goals of the club are to promote the art and athleticism of figure skating for all ages and abilities, from recreational skaters to competitive skaters. We're affiliated with U.S. Figure Skating. We host sanctioned exhibitions and shows and tests for our members. We nominated Director Sedgwick because she demonstrates a daily commitment to North Shore youth on and off the ice. Under her leadership, she has created a positive, constructive use of time environment that supports youth in using their time to better themselves.
Okay. So, Alice employs a unique holistic coaching style that emphasizes personal ownership and decision-making. Tasks such as selecting program music and arranging choreography are done in partnership with the skaters, leading to multiple positive outcomes. Within the club, Alice has developed several volunteer and peer coaching opportunities for club skaters. More advanced skaters are permitted to assist MVSC coaches with emerging skaters during the Learn to Skate classes. This rich environment contributes to the genuine excitement from club members when a skater accomplishes a new element. Let's see. In addition to helping skaters build on their skills, Alice always encourages friendships between skaters. Her positivity and ability to listen to and understand her students allows her to facilitate connections and introductions between new and longtime club members. These small connections foster a heartwarming support among the skaters, young and old, which can be heard on and off the ice, during shows, competitions, and even in the lobby after a hard lesson on the ice. We believe Alice represents the best coach and role model and see our daughters happily developing many healthy habits under her mentorship.
Between Learn to Skate and private lessons, I have been under Alice's direction for 11 years. I know from my own personal experience that it is important for Alice to get to know each of her skaters. She always knows when I will hesitate and just how to motivate me. Her thoughtful and kind guidance shows me that her coaching isn't just limited to our time on the ice. Her ability to adjust her coaching to meet the varying needs of her many students is a shining example of her desire to see her skaters improve and succeed. My favorite quality of Coach Alice and all MVSC coaches is how supportive they are of not only their own skaters, but of all skaters. This support isn't just displayed through the coaches, but also through their students at competitions, tests, and exhibitions. Congratulations on this achievement, Alice. Thank you for all that you do for us in the club.
Oh, wait, there's more. Keep going.
I have been taking lessons from Coach Alice since kindergarten. She always encourages me to try my best and is kind to all. Skaters always fall trying, and she reminds us to keep going. We would love to see you at the graph soon.
Now you can come up. All right, ladies, I'll move into the middle here. All right, come over into the center with the podium. You're this large group. All of you, all of you, all of you. Renee won't leave till we get it right. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. Isn't this fun? I love getting to hear the stories about individuals and the impact and the relationships that they've built, and little pockets of our community that I drive by the graph all the time. My own child has never been on ice skates, which is probably I need to do that. I need to get him out there. But it's not a part of the community that I've really been involved in, so I just love being able to hear about all of the different pieces. Our next award is going to another young person, one of our youth council members, Raylan Criffo, who, in addition to her amazing, everything you're going to hear about her, we also got to hear her sing this year for the first time as one of our brave performers at the city's first citywide talent show, which was really fun. So I am going to invite up Megan and Tara to read this nomination.
Hi, everyone. We're going to be switching off here. If Tara starts crying, no guarantees I'll be able to hold it together. We'll try. It is with great enthusiasm that we nominate Raylan Criffo for a Youth Asset Award. She is an outstanding young leader whose dedication, thoughtfulness, and initiative make a lasting impression on those around her. As a member of the Youth Council, she has demonstrated a rare ability to foster meaningful discussions, offer constructive feedback with kindness, and connect different ideas in ways that strengthen projects and community efforts.
Raylan consistently creates an inclusive and supportive environment where everyone's ideas are valued. She listens intently, affirms her peers' contributions, and offers feedback in a way that enhances the original idea rather than dismissing it. She's skilled at refocusing conversations when they drift, ensuring that discussions remain productive and that projects stay on track. Her ability to navigate peer-to-peer conversations with maturity and insight has made her an incredibly valuable member of Youth Council.
Beyond her contributions in meetings, Raylan leads by example. She has dedicated her personal time to creating materials for council initiatives, scheduling meetings with teachers and administrators to gain insight on school-related projects, and actively seeking ways to make a difference, all of her own accord. She also makes time to participate in volunteer opportunities, not for recognition or even school credit, but because she genuinely cares about her community.
Her ability to think critically, engage with different perspectives, and take action sets her apart. She approaches challenges with curiosity and determination, ensuring that the projects she works on are well-informed and meaningful. Her sense of integrity and responsibility is evident in the way she follows through on commitments, treats others with respect, and strives to create a positive change wherever she can.
Raylan's leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about bringing out the best in those around her. She's a role model for her peers, not just in the way she carries herself, but in the way she works to improve the world around her. Raylan is a true change maker, not just in title, but in action. Her ability to uplift those around her while driving meaningful change is rare, and we cannot think of a more deserving young person for this recognition.
Our last two awards tonight are special awards that are not given every year. They are given when we feel that we have recipients who really meet the essence of these recognitions. I think I cry every year when I give this one, so just bear with me. The first award that we're going to give tonight is the Linda Mae Lucas Award for Excellence. It is in honor of our friend, many of us in the room, who worked with Linda Mae as she worked as a social worker, she worked as an advocate, she was very involved and supportive of our department, and she was an unbelievable mother. We've had been very lucky to have friends, her children be able to be here to present. They can't be here this year, but it's truly an honor when we get to present this award. So this award goes in her name. It stands for excellence in the areas of parenting, advocating for special needs, mental health support, and humor. And I really think when we saw the nomination come in for Nicole Toomey, we knew that this was going to be a perfect fit, and that we would honor Linda Mae by presenting it to you. So Lauren Gee wrote this nomination. I'm going to ask her to come up, and thank you so much for doing it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Gee, and I am the Director of School Counseling at Newburyport High School. It's truly an honor to speak tonight. The Newbury High School Counseling Department is pleased to recommend Nicole for the Asset Award. Nicole has been a dedicated educator at Newburyport High School for 15 years, currently teaching in our Learning Lab, an educational support classroom that fosters academic growth and executive functioning skill development for students in grades 9 through 12. Previously, she served as a special education teacher, working with some of our most vulnerable students. The Learning Lab has become a vital resource, supporting over 75 students each school year through academic assistance, advocacy, and the unwavering trust they place in Ms. Toomey. What distinguishes Ms. Toomey is her remarkable ability to infuse her classroom and our school counseling department with laughter, positivity, and a sense of fun. She has a unique talent for diffusing difficult situations and alleviating student anxiety. Try not to get emotional, sorry. Ms. Toomey connects with students on a personal level, truly understanding the profound impact a positive and caring adult can have on their lives. Beyond her classroom duties, Ms. Toomey has cultivated strong, trusting relationships with our staff and dedicates significant time to advocating for her students' success. When considering which asset area to highlight for Ms. Toomey's nomination, we found it challenging to choose, as she embodies so many. Ultimately, we focused on the areas of support and positive identity. Ms. Toomey exemplifies support in every aspect of her work. She provides unwavering support to our students, staff, and families, creating a trusting, supportive, and robust classroom environment. Stepping into her classroom is like entering a safe haven, warm, organized, and a place where students feel comfortable being themselves, a quality many of our students struggle to find elsewhere. While not explicitly part of the Learning Lab curriculum, Ms. Toomey offers a consistent social-emotional support to her students. Many of her students face not only academic challenges, but also significant personal hardships and trauma. She is a consistent source of support, always mindful of the various factors that might influence a student's day. Ms. Toomey embodies the positive identity asset as well. Recognizing that a four-year college path isn't always the right fit for some students, she's worked with a group who expressed a strong interest in the trades this year. With the start of our new pilot program focused on the trades, she's worked with these students and has been able to provide academic support within the Learning Lab, ensuring they stay on track and encouraging their interest to set them up for success after graduation. We sincerely wish every student in our building could have a Ms. Toomey in their lives. For many students, there's one teacher whose impact is long-lasting, well beyond the 4 years of Newburyport High School. For most students in the Learning Lab program, that educator they come back to is Ms. Toomey. She holds students accountable, yet acknowledges that every day won't be perfect. However, within those imperfect days, she brings joy, energy, laughter, and a touch of humor to make them better. Thank you for all that you do, Nicole. We are sincerely honored to provide you with this award.
Just a little dance. Are you in here or no? Are you in it? What do I do here? Get in here, buddy. All right. Thank you. Congratulations. I think that one's mine. Oh my God. This is yours. We're getting to the last one. You know what that means? Dessert. Before we do that, I do want to take a moment because I will forget if I don't. Before we do our last award, I want to thank the businesses that did, if I can find my list, that donated this year. And please, it's hidden around here, so don't sneak out that door and not take any. We need it eaten. But we want to thank the Changing Tides, Chicoco, Angry Donut, and the Cookie Jar Kitchen, all for donating. And also PortMedia, who are filming us and streaming it live. So for those of you, if you have family or friends that weren't able to see it, it will be online for you to send to folks. So on to our last award. Our last award tonight is going to an outstanding colleague, somebody that I consider a friend. And when the nomination came in, we said, okay, this is, without a doubt, this is going to be our prevention champion. He has worked alongside us for decades and until his retirement, and we really wanted to take a moment to thank him for all of his work. We are just thrilled. Sean Blue is going to read Michael Nesson's nomination.
Thank you, Andy. Hello, everyone. I have a written speech here, but looking at everyone around us here tonight, I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit to start out here. What an amazing night and event this is. It kind of just hit me kind of sitting here listening to everyone speak. I go through this list of people here and seeing when I walk in the room, the person who hired me, Mary Murray, the superintendent back in the school that hired me when I was here. Mary Ann Clancy, I coached your son in basketball back in JVs at the high school. Go down the list, Lori Naughton, hockey games together, and now the COVID senior week night and all that stuff like that. Back in the day, I was a senior advisor during that time. Deb Zabo, I painted your house when I needed more money for when I was a first-year teacher at the school. Nicole Toomey, you and I worked together back in the alternative ed and special ed together going back then. And even some of the announcers here, Nadia, had the pleasure of working with Nadia as a freshman. Now she's making beautiful speeches up here tonight. Maggie Flaherty, we worked in alternative ed together up here presenting too. So the whole list is just awesome to see. So, and then getting back to, now I get to talk about my mentor, Mr. Nesson, when I first came to Newburyport High School. It was a big change from Lynn coming up here, and I had the pleasure of talking about Mr. Nesson tonight. An extraordinary individual, preventing with the Prevention Champion Asset Award. Michael's career has been defined by his relentless dedication, boundless compassion, and deep commitment to advocating for student well-being and mental health. His impact on the students and families of Newburyport High School and the broader community is immeasurable, and we are privileged to recognize his lifelong service tonight. I have known Michael for 23 years. And I first met him through the Challenge program, which was an alternative ed program at the high school, where Michael served as a mentor and advocate for at-risk youth. From the very beginning, Michael saw what others overlooked: the critical need for accessible mental health resources, open conversations, and unwavering support for students navigating personal struggles, academic pressures, and socioeconomical challenges. Michael didn't just recognize these gaps. He took action, working relentlessly to provide students with tools, guidance, and encouragement they needed to overcome adversity. His advocacy extended beyond school walls, helping to remove the stigma around mental health and ensuring that students felt safe and supported in our schools and in our community. School Adjustment Counselor Carly Fair, I have a few words on her behalf, who had the privilege of working alongside Michael for a decade, describes him as an encyclopedia of resources. His vast knowledge of the support systems available to families in our community was matched only by his ability to form deep and meaningful connections with those he served. Michael had a unique gift for reaching students who are often the hardest to connect with, breaking down barriers with patience, empathy, and genuine care. For colleagues, he was an invaluable mentor, someone always willing to lend his expertise, offer guidance, and provide the right perspective in moments of uncertainty. Carly emphasizes that Michael's ability to make everyone around him better, both professionally and personally, is a testament to the kind of leader and role model he has been. Sergeant Meg Tierney, who was a resource officer at our school, says he has a remarkable ability to foster resilience among students, particularly those facing the greatest challenges. During her time as a resource officer, she frequently turned to Michael for insight and guidance as she understood better than anyone how to help students build confidence, advocate for themselves, and develop the skills needed to navigate life's obstacles. When the school community faced a tragic loss, Michael was instrumental in coordinating grief counselors and ensuring that students had the necessary support to process their emotions. His proactive approach, long before resilience became a widely discussed concept, he has left a lasting impact on many students, some of them who have recently shared how this important changed the trajectory of their lives. Nancy Earle, someone who I dug gardens with back behind the old age home back in the day to help get healthy food for people. Just wanted to express how amazing Michael is and how deserving of this award. Michael's legacy is one of unwavering dedication, quiet strength, and profound kindness. He is not only a psychologist, he is an advocate, a mentor, a trusted confidant, and a tireless champion for students and families. His ability to inspire those around him, to push others to work harder and care deeper, is a hallmark of his character. Whether he was meeting one-on-one with a student in a crisis, collaborating with colleagues to implement better mental health initiatives, or guiding a fellow educator and find the best way to support a struggling student, Michael has always led with heart and purpose. Michael, your lifelong dedication to the well-being of our students and the betterment of our community is an inspiration to us all, especially me. Your legacy will always continue to shape the lives after tonight. It is with immense gratitude and admiration that we present you with this Lifetime Asset Award, the Prevention Champion Award. Congratulations and thank you for your unwavering service to the students, the families, and colleagues who have been so fortunate to know you. Congratulations.
All right, picture time. Thank you. Congrats. Sean said it. I mean, I think for those of us, Newburyport is really special that there are so many of us who have worked here and been a part of the community for so many years. And really tonight is so reflective of that. I think it's ironic that this is the year that my staff decided to recognize my 20 years, because looking at this list, it really is 20 years of relationships reflected here. I want to make a note, we did have several people from the school this year, which is not the norm. And one of the reasons that we get so many nominations, and we really try to find people who have gone above and beyond their job. It's not an award for being a great teacher, right? It's an award for who you are, and the individuals tonight from the school that won awards, I can personally tell you have saved lives with who they are and the kids that they've impacted, each one of them. So we're so lucky to have all of you in this city doing the work that you're doing. I end this event every year with a simple request. When we talk about building assets, one of the first things we can do is to value our young people. And I always say that by acknowledging someone, you are valuing them. And we can do it by simply smiling and saying hello when we see a young person on the street. Our world has changed, and that is not done all the time anymore. And you hear about somebody who is at the end of the line for them, but somebody recognizes them and notices them and makes them feel seen. So I encourage you to be that person, to take 30 seconds and just say hello, and acknowledge our young people as they walk through our city. Thank you so much for coming tonight. If you have somebody you want to nominate, keep it in mind now. So we've had people tell us tonight, remind me, I want to nominate this person next year. And so please feel free to do that. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of our awardees. One more round of applause. And I invite you to stay and mingle, and please help yourself to some food. Thank you.